And 7 AP Micro FRQ number 2. It's a labor problem. Everybody's all hooked up on labor right now. So let's see if we can, again, we're going to extend our table here and cover what we need to. All right. Read number 2, short run, underline what's important, and they can sell all the radios at $20. They can hire all the unskilled labor it needs at $90. What we know is they've given us total product here. For the tables for labor, they tend to always give us total product, number of unskilled workers. If they give you total product, you can be sure you need to find marginal product. We're going to multiply that by the price of the good. They give us that. That's going to give us our marginal revenue product. Then we're going to compare that to our marginal revenue cost. Your marginal revenue product is your demand for labor. Your marginal revenue cost could also be marginal factor cost, as in labor is a factor of production. It is your supply of labor. It is your wage. So they give us all this. Price of the good was $20. We don't need it there, but that's okay. For each radio that's produced, the wage was $90. We can fill that in. We know each worker gets $90. Marginal product from total product. It is just a change in total product. If we're going from 1 to 2 to 2, change in total product. So this is 20, 25, 15, 10, 5, 4, 1. Marginal product is just, or marginal revenue product is just marginal product times the price of the good. So this is 400, 500, 300, 200, 180, and 20. Understand that your marginal revenue product is what each worker brings into the company. This first worker makes 20 radios, and we can sell them each for $20. So he brings in 400, and I only have to pay him 90. I like that guy a lot. I'm going to do this a little different color here. This guy brings in 500, and we pay him 90. I like him. 390, 290, 190. I still like this guy. I do not like number 6, though. Number 6, what he brings into my company is $80, and I would have to pay him $90. So I would not hire him, but I would hire up to the 5th worker. So let's see if we can answer these. Using the specific information above, draw a correctly labeled graph of Hazrad's current supply curve. So understand that the supply of labor is the wage. It is perfectly competitive labor market and firm. We're drawing Hazrad, which is the firm. Let's do the market too, just so that we know what it looks like, right? You should know both of these graphs, be able to draw them. They are just your side by side. So I'm going to do this one here. I'm just going to attach that there. So this will be my market, and this will be my firm. Give me a second here. Let's change that if I can. All right. So the market is simply a upward sloping supply of labor, downward sloping demand for labor. The firm, though, remember now, the firm is what we call a wage taker. It is a perfectly competitive labor market. We can tell that because the wage does not change. So that implies they're wage takers. That means the wage, the market sets the wage. So this is our supply of labor. We could also call it the MRC. We could also call it the MFC. Our demand for labor is downward sloping. This is our MRP. Now also recognize that this demand for labor is the market's demand for labor. This is everybody's MRP. So what affects the market has to affect our firm also. So market and firm side by side. It is wage on the vertical. Make sure you don't leave those off. It'd be bad to lose a point. Quantity of labor on the horizontal. This firm would hire right there, and that would be the quantity of labor they would hire. All right. We did a little bit more than we needed to. All they were asking for was the supply of labor, and we know the wage is $90. So we could have done that there. $90 in the market. It's supposed to be 90. What is Hazrad's profit maximizing output level? Tricky, right? If you do a lot of these, you get used to answering how many workers would you hire, and then you read this, and the first thing you think about is, oh, they're going to hire 5 people, but they're asking about output level, the jerks. So we know that they will produce 75. That is their output or their total product with 5 workers. So we would simply say 75, and we would explain that we would hire up to the 5th worker. And I'd like to explain it just the same way. As marginal revenue product is greater than marginal revenue cost, 5 workers produce 75 radios. I think that'll get you the points. C, suppose that Hazard is the first company to use new technology that increases the productivity of its unskilled workers. How will the new technology affect the quantity of unskilled labor hired by Hazard? So you have to understand that technology means workers are more productive. That means your marginal product up here for each worker would increase. If marginal product goes up, marginal revenue product has to go up. If marginal revenue product goes up, now remember, it's saying that this is the first company to have this new technology. So the market does not have this new technology. Only Hazard has, the firm. So its marginal revenue or demand for labor curve would shift to the right. Now, again, let's make sure we understand marginal product times the price of the good equals marginal revenue product. If the marginal product goes up, the marginal revenue product goes up, which means the demand for labor has to go up. It would shift to the right, and we would have a new quantity of labor hired. Easy enough. Now, this one's a little bit more tricky. It said, how will the new technology affect the wages paid to Hazard's unskilled workers? Well, we know they're wage takers, so the market would have to be affected for the wage to go up, right? If it's new technology and the market doesn't have it, only Hazard has it, Hazard's MRP would shift, but the market doesn't know anything about it. So its demand for labor would not, or its MRP would not change. Therefore, the wage would not change. Tricky. All right, guys, be safe. Take care. Bye.